What is going on, guys? Zigzag here. Welcome back to the channel. Well, it's going to be another episode on that road to 100 streak. I still can't really believe I'm doing it. It's going to be a really difficult task to reach. But guys, you have to start somewhere. So let's go get some good games, shall we? Also, I want to give a big shout out to the 3 guys who actually signed up for the channel membership. Not many people so far. So if you want to sign up, this is probably the best time to do it because I'll have more time to get to each of the members. And guys, link in the description. If you want to support me, go ahead. But here's the first one. Looks kind of Mexican to me. So that's what I'm thinking because of this Gen 2. So now I'm just looking. Yeah, we've even got like a Mexican flag kind of fence going on there. Was actually just in Tijuana, interestingly. Okay, next one looks probably Colombian, I would say. Yeah, I think it's Colombian with these white stalk poles. The landscape definitely seems like it could be Colombian. Almost feels like low cam, but I don't think it actually is. So let's just go somewhere in Colombia here. Ends up being correct. Excellent. Okay, so this one looks probably Belgian, maybe Netherlands. Sint Maartens. So yeah, probably speaking some Dutch here, as far as I can tell there. We've got a cyclist, so definitely fits for either country. Everything here fits for either country, so I'm just looking for a car. Definitely feels more Belgian to me. That's definitely my first thought here. So Sint Maartens, I feel like that might be actually kind of a famous place. I could be wrong, but doesn't appear to me off the bat. So maybe one more zoom here. It's not appearing to me. So I guess we're just gonna have to take this 50-50 right here. To me, still nevertheless feeling more Belgian. So let's see. And ends up being Belgian and right on the border with France. So interesting round there for sure. This one, speaking of France, maybe feels French or Italian. These short sign poles, I'm pretty sure I've heard people talking about French short sign poles, but also could be, ooh, and blue turning arrows, I'm pretty sure that is French as well. So yes, I like this a lot, and we are correct. Excellent. Okay, so I'm learning my stuff, guys, slowly but surely. Okay, so here's another one. Slovakia or Czechia, presumably, is what I'm thinking off the bat here anyway. Okay, we got these like, So yesterday on the Discord, I was discussing some tactics, and a Soviet spy was telling me that these kind of speakers are more common in Slovakia than in Czechia. So we'll keep looking here. Okay, so we've actually got town names as well. We're on the 399, and does the 399 exist? I guess it must be a smaller provincial one. And we're on the way to Znojmo. So yeah, I don't really know what that is. Probably going to be a difficult one to find. Considering we're on a small streak here, I'm only going to give it a quick scan. But regardless, I do like Slovakia here anyway. I guess the other concern is that it's quite flat, all things considered. We've got one of those blobs, so we know we're in one of the two countries here. So yeah, it's one of the two, and I feel pretty good about Slovakia anyway. And okay, so Soviet spy, I found a bit of a contradiction there to your theory, but that's okay. We end the first one on 5, and now I'll film until I get another good streak. Okay, next one. Immediately feeling Czech. Okay, so this one, yeah, I do believe it is going to be Czechia because of this this Gen 4 coverage. The NY I've heard is more common maybe in Slovakia, so I might guess near the border here. The NY ending. No, not even. So maybe I have that the wrong way around. I can't remember. Anyway, this one's got Hebrew, so we can go Israel quickly here. That's good. And we're 11 kilometers away indeed. Next one, double whites, should mean that we're just going to be in Poland here. It's definitely something they love to do basically everywhere in Poland, so a really nice clue. We're driving left here. Looks Irish. We got the yellow dashes as well, so it was going to be easy regardless, but that just seals the deal. Next one, probably, ooh, this one's more interesting. So we've got like a Soviet-style crossing sign. So I think Lithuania then, maybe. Or is it just Russia? Looking for any blue strip on the plate. We do have blue strips on the plates. So I think Lithuania then, right? Signs look Lithuanian. And I think it all fits for Lithuania, with the crossing sign and everything. So there we go. That is a 5-country streak. Pretty good one. Very European heavy there. And Europe is normally where I end it, so that's good. This one just has the Ukrainian car, so we can go for it straight away. That's good. And the next one has the Taiwanese poles. Some of these metas just make the game so easy. And this one, well, we've got the single yellow line and the Guatemalan car, so that's easy as well. This one may pose some more challenges. We're back in Slovakia and Czechia, which has been the theme of today's episode so far, really. The fact that we have some Then we have some Cyrillic here is very interesting indeed. So maybe Slovakia right near the border. Or I'm just wrong about the country to begin with. But yeah, definitely looks like it could be Slovakian. I mean, this language looks Slovakian with the NY. So I would have thought so. So yeah, maybe just right on the border there. So do we have any Skodas here? Normally you would see some of those in Czechia and Slovakia. Not many, actually, interestingly. And a yellow sign here. So maybe this is Serbia, Belgrade? Could be Belgrade. I mean, you normally don't have a antenna in Serbia, but around Belgrade you do. So then, yeah, I guess with the Cyrillic we're gonna have to trust that, right? It's not an easy round necessarily. Looking for anything that says .rs or anything like that. Domain name would certainly be helpful here. But yeah, I guess we're not gonna get it. So Serbia it is. Just want to make one more check here. Yeah, it's just got to be Serbia around Belgrade, I guess. We'll see. And it is. Wow. So 33 kilometers away. Beat the antenna Serbia. That's pretty good, I would say. Next one's Mexico. So let's just send that in. Excellent. Okay, so a bit further up there. 22,000 again. So pretty consistent so far if I don't say so myself. But we shall see. Next one. Okay, so we got like, we're leaving a town. Blue sign here. Probably Russian or Ukrainian. I think I like Ukraine better here. Yeah, no blue strip on the plate, so that fits. Interesting signs here. This kind of like warmish climate probably would fit with Ukraine better. It's going to be one of the two, and to be honest, it's not an entirely pleasant round just because of how few clues we have, but overall, I do prefer Ukraine here, so let's go for it. Ends up being correct. Excellent. This one is somewhere in South Africa. I think I've had this round before. Where do they have the white elephants? I can't remember. Oof. Ends up being just south of Eswatini. I realized right at the end there that it could be Botswana, potentially. Didn't really feel Botswanan, but I didn't properly check. Anyway, we've got a long antenna here and full white number plate, so I think this is actually Russia, surprisingly. It doesn't really look like Russia off the bat. Okay, no, it's not. So, why do we have these long white number plates then? Because this is a presumably Spanish crossing sign with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 elements to it. So where are we going to be without the blue strip? That is kind of confusing because this one doesn't either. So then, I guess I'm just going to guess out here because this is where I think it is. But yeah, just near Madrid. Okay, interesting. Sometimes not every clue works. Anyway, this one has hills on both sides. We've got the Mongolian car. Wondering what town this is actually going to be. Not there, but I'm just going to go for it anyway because we don't really need to waste time here. But that's over there. Okay. Next one, Brazilian, in the middle of the Amazon, presumably here. Just gonna go for Accra. It's probably somewhere around here. Ends up being near Manaus and Boa Vista. Okay, so 15 country street, going strong here. 100's within reach, I'm just saying. So this one is easy BR. Not a bad guess. Kind of bad, but whatever. Mountain Pass Lane. So quite green here. Does not quite feel like Canadian, like a greenness to me. Feels more American, I would say. We've got no front plates, interestingly, but I think this is actually kind of southern. I think this could be like Tennessee or Kentucky. Now, it could be all the way up here, but that's pretty much the only two ways it can be. As for the center line, yeah, it seems to be dashed yellow, which could fit for either country. Yeah, so it's just Mountain Pass Lane. So this is an interesting like piece on this house here. This red star almost looks like Soviet style or something. But yeah, no front plate, basketball, quite green. Like this greenery does feel more American to me, I must say. So I think it's a bit of climate guesser here, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. We'll see. Ends up being Pennsylvania. That's fine. So one of the more northern states not to use front plates there. This time looks like Bolivia with this concrete road. I would say thick poles. Yeah, definitely feeling Bolivia here. Yeah, especially with this one. Definitely just feels like a Bolivian one. Yeah, so I think it's Bolivian signage, and I think these concrete roads kind of go more out this direction, near Santa Cruz somewhere anyway. Yeah, so yeah, I was even on the right road. That's fantastic. Okay, next one's Mexican, I believe. Short plates, interesting little red bollards here, but you can see those in Mexico, I believe. Blue on the number plate here. Oh, wow, look at that glitch. I feel like I've had this round before as well at some point. Anyway, I'm just going to go there. Not really sure where it is. Okay, it ends up being pretty close there, actually. So Navarrete, or near there. Anyway, we have roof racks here. This one feels probably... We're driving right. All white road lines, actually. Where is this? at first, interesting. So we got like an African guy running for office here. So what am I missing here? Is this, do we have any rifts or anything? Okay, so let's see what languages we're speaking and whatnot. Aburi. So all in English, so presumably this one's going to be somewhere in Ghana. Right, this is the Ghana tape after all. This is just a kind of a strange looking Ghana, and for whatever reason it took me a while to get it. I don't know, I would have ended up going Ghana because of this like panel taxi and stuff, but easy to know in hindsight. Sometimes you just have a bit of a brain fade. Anyway, that one's going to be somewhere southern. Yeah, and we're very close. Okay, so at least I did kind of know what region we should be in. And we're on a 20 country streak now, all with pretty consistent guesses so far as well. Okay, so this one, short plates, stubby antenna. Okay, not so easy actually. So white plates, we can exclude Colombia here. Should not be Colombia with this white plate here. So then it's Brazil. What countries have this car? So it's the white car with the stubby antenna. So Ecuador, Brazil, Mexico. That's kind of the countries that are left over here. So these poles, I mean, obviously they're not the typical Brazilian poles. And with the short plates, it really should be, yeah, with this short plate here, it should be Ecuador or Mexico. And we have an octagonal pole here actually. So took a bit of searching to find it, but this one is almost certainly in Mexico, after all. And yes, it is. Would have been a very, well, it's kind of a tough round without that octagonal pole. Anyway, this one's Russia. We are 1,325 kilometers away from something, I think. So in the middle, in the verified middle of nowhere here. I would say it could be around Irkutsk, around Baikal here. Not really sure which of these roads are covered. Could also be even like Sakhalin or something. I can imagine that. But yeah, something like that. So let's just go for that. It's going to be Russia anyway. Yeah, I like that. Good guess. 3.3k is fine for Russia. Okay, next one. Short antenna. What's this? We've got like kind of like a standard looking guardrail here. It's got white reflectors in it, interestingly. So we have an antenna. Okay. So probably not North Macedonia, not... Okay, big holy poles here. So with those big holy poles, surely this is just Romania. I think it would be a bit dry for Hungary. Hungary does not tend to look like this very often. It's good road quality. The houses definitely feel more Romanian than Hungarian to me as well. So yeah, I feel confident looking at this one. Yeah, it's painted white at the bottom. So sometimes looking in the distance can be really overpowered. And pretty sure this was an instance of it 22 kilometers away. Let's go. Ay, ay, ay. Wow. Very clean. Okay, next one. Ooh, interesting bollards here. I think it's Peru. Yeah, Peruvian with these with this like kind of dashed signpost here. Makes life pretty easy. Ends up being pretty close as well. Next one's tougher. We've got an Italian flag though, actually. So that's what they look like in Italy. Good to know. Yeah, definitely with these like shutter and double story houses, I would have gotten Italy here. I'm quite sure of it. Yeah. So not much else to say here. Let's just go around there. Ends up being, yeah, pretty close. Nice. Okay, 21.8. Even with a Russia. So that is a pretty good effort, I would say. And we're halfway to the 50 mark and a quarter of the way to that 100. Okay, next one we got, yeah, what seems to be just like a pretty standard Switzerland here, so that's good. 76 kilometers away. Next one, Chile, I would say, Tension. So yeah, these are the Chilean poles without the sections, so that's good. All white road lines. Let's go near Concepcion. Yep, 131 kilometers up the road there. Next one, yellow filled in sign here, blue. These blue signs appear to me to be like the Greek ones with the yellow text, so I'm pretty sure this is Greece. And here we have Greek poles, which kind of are often made of timber, I think, and often remind me of American ones quite a lot. Because I can imagine with a yellow center line, I would be tempted to go a number of different American countries. But yeah, this one is indeed Greece, and let's try and go for a good guess here. Let's just go there, not really sure. Ends up being a bit further south, not too bad. Next one, I think it's going to be in Laos, but let's find out here. Interesting. So I guess this one is just, it's actually going to be somewhere in Guatemala, I think. Bit of green on that number plate there, so I wonder if that's a Guatemala thing. But yeah, we don't have yellow plates, so it pretty much has to be Guatemala then, because this one's not Kyrgyzstan. So yeah, that's the car. Yeah, I guess it was the double line that made me think more so Lao, but when you see it, it used to be a double line, but now it's a single yellow, which is, well, yeah, tends to be what they do over there. Right-hand drive, and that's even like a Mexican symbol as well. So, yeah, Guatemala it is. Very good. Very close to the Mexican border there. Okay, next one's tougher. Kind of feels like, it felt like Taiwan to me off the bat, but maybe not. Okay, it is. I think that's a yellow Taiwanese thing. Yeah, so yeah, we are in Taiwan. Definitely had massive Taiwanese vibes without being super clear. A lot of time this will be the black car. I think it's the way the light's shining on this that's actually the black car, which just kind of looks white. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the Taiwanese pole there. And let's see, 20 kilometers away indeed. So yeah, very clean indeed. 23.6. If I picked up some more points on the Greece there, that could have been insane. But 30 country streak, nothing to be scoffed at. Time to start thinking about these rounds a little harder. So US, Canada toss-up, feeling more American to me. Never really sure about these transistor boxes. I know you can learn things about them, but I don't know. High-speed internet, enter only. Yeah, it feels more American all in all. It feels like a bit southern even. So yeah, I'm pretty confident here. I'm just going to go Georgia. Ends up being in Mississippi, or just over the border inside Tennessee there. That's fine. Good. I need to really work on my US skills though. So we're driving left here. UK or Ireland should be the only two real options here. From what I can see, it definitely feels more UK. Feels a bit warm to be Ireland, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. 30 kilometers or 30. I think they use miles, right? So 30 miles. That would kind of make sense for a road like this, I think. But it's just something house. Speaking English, good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, with the left-hand drive. I mean, it's just a shame we can't see this yellow plate, but I'm still really quite confident that this one will be in the UK, so I'm just going to go for it. Ends up being 16 kilometers away, right near Reading there, so fantastic. Or Reading? Is it pronounced Reading? Can't remember, but fantastic score there. This one's the Tunisia follow car, and not only that, more specifically the one that's near Tunis. So I think it goes kind of north and south of Tunis. This one that's the, I don't know, it's a Land Cruiser or something. One Toyota that's kind of like very olive green. So let's just go Tunis there. It's 43 kilometers away. So I think it's Tunis and north. And this one's Kyrgyzstan, winter coverage, high mountains. So yeah, maybe somewhere around here. You can see it being this road here. Ends up being 120 kilometers away, so that's fine. Next one. Yeah, this one has lots of clues, so we should be able to get it here. What is that, a flag? Interesting. So, white painted bottom of the Soviet poles here. I think this one reminds me more of Ukraine than it does of Russia, but we'll see. Okay, yellow outer thing on this crossing sign may indicate Russia rather than Ukraine, really. So what are these? Are these oblast flags then? I think these ones here must be oblast flags that I'm not aware of. Yeah, red and white, red and blue here. Interesting indeed. Okay. Yeah, so Russian plates. Doesn't seem like they're Ukrainian plates anyway. Relatively confident about that. Or is that a bit of yellow? This one's actually quite hard. Yeah, so no, I think you can definitely find this one with the yellow border in Ukraine, but it's just less common. I don't want to see things that aren't there, you know. What's that flag on his shirt? It could be a Ukrainian flag, you know. Would not even be surprised. Oh, we got the black base of the sign here. So yeah, I think Russia, I don't think you really ever see that in Ukraine then. So I guess let's go Belgorod, right near the border there. Yeah, ends up being right near Ukraine. That's why it was giving me some troubles. Still a good seed in 135 here, so going super strong, guys. And there's been some nice guesses in here as well, so I think I will keep this footage, surely. Well, if you've seen it, you've seen it, right? This one should be in the middle of nowhere in, presumably, in Argentina here. Double yellows, driving right. Yeah, as I said in the last episode, you'd have the white dashes in the center of the yellows otherwise, if it was in Uruguay. So, yeah, I'm going to say we're somewhere around here. Yep, a little further south there. Okay, so here we have this crossing sign again, the same one I was just talking about. So this one should be Russia again. This is like a Russian crossing with the yellow and the white alternating as well, I think. And do we see any black base signs here? We don't see any black bases on those signs, nor on this one. But it doesn't really look Ukrainian to me this time like it did the last time, you know? So, ooh, yellow filled in sign there is interesting. But yeah, feeling more confident on this one than the last one. Even though we are lacking any specific clue for Russia, it just feels more Russian. So yeah, I guess there's not much else to say here. I'm looking for anything that can like fully give it away, but nevertheless, I'm very confident going over here somewhere. And yeah, ends up being further over near Moscow, but we are still correct. The latitude was right there. So then, this is interesting. Balkan? I don't know what it says there. These poles look to be... We got a bit of hill here. This is interesting. So, ooh, even like a eucalyptus type, not quite, but like a very pale leafed tree here. It's interesting indeed. So short antenna. Yeah, interesting. What is all that about? This round is giving me a little bit of trouble. It feels very Polish, but I think Polish holy poles don't normally go to the bottom like that, right? Normally they start a little bit further up. Perhaps not. I think it... Kiveva is just a strange... Well, so with these holy poles, we're really only left with the options of Poland, Hungary, Romania, right? Do we have any flag or anything here? It looks like kind of like a flag, but... So we've got like a hill with a river on it. So what really made me think of Poland was this bit of architecture here. These kind of like juts inside the roof with a little house, with a little room are very common in Poland. Otherwise, surely with dirt road, it all feels Polish. This is the concerning thing. So maybe I was wrong about the Polish poles. They can go right down to the ground with the holes, I guess, because it does not. This E with the dash over it though. That is interesting. I want to see if I can find one of those. We're on 37, so I want to see if I can find one of those in any language here. For Poland. We have it over Zs, we have it over a number of different, we have it over Os as well. Over E's, that's the question. Yeah, it does not appear to be the case that we see any. We have the E's with the hooks on the bottom, but no E's with the hooks on the top. Okay, so that's good to know. This language as well, Nitva. Okay, so let's see if we can see it in Hungary. We do see it in Hungary a lot. So I guess it's just Hungarian. The hill in the background, obviously, like Hungary is not a particularly hilly country, so that's why I guess this was kind of difficult for me to get. But I guess we're probably just as close to Poland as we can be, because that's quite Polish-looking architecture to me. And then, as for Romania, I don't think it makes as much sense. The E with the... It doesn't really look like Romanian anyway, so I guess it is Hungary here, surprisingly enough. The E... This language probably fits more as well. So let's go Hungary. Was indeed Hungary near Budapest there, so we live another day. Very good. This one is just going to be Tunisia, follow car, and obviously very deserty anyway, so had to be kind of southern Tunisia there. This one should be Taiwan again, I want to say. Actually, no, this one's got the Korean pattern for the warning sign there, so I think this is Korea. Let's take another look around. Yeah, and also no antenna. A lot of the time in Taiwan, you'd have the Gen 3 antenna here as well. Yeah, so there's another one of those warning signs. So this one is just going to be Southern Korea, I reckon. Yeah, okay, actually pretty central. So 40 country streak. We are getting towards my best ever country streaks here, and I'm feeling good. Why not? Why not? Why not get it 100 this time? So then, stop. We've got a yellow border on this one, but we have 5 strikes, so it can't be Russia or anything like that. So I think you often get the long border in Romania, so that's one thing I'm thinking about here. And this language definitely feels like it could be Romanian to me. We've got blue strips, which is good. Do we see any Dacias? They make Dacia cars over there. This one might be. Can't remember what type that one would be there. Opel. So no Dacias, but we do have yellow, white painted poles at the bottom as well, so that's somewhat helpful. We have this little flag on the antenna, which is broadly Eastern European thing to have. I'm not confident though. So we got Danway. Maybe this is Slovakia. The longer I look at it, I feel like you can get these ones in Slovakia. Detached head on the crossing, but I can't remember where exactly you can find those. So now I'm looking for like Stihati Arki something. Passy. Say yeah, okay. All the endings kind of feel more Romanian here. I must say, the way it ends in CE here. Yeah. So I think this is Romania after all. Now, what was distracting me from going Romania? I've forgotten already. I guess just the fact that these poles aren't holy. So that I mean, you do find that in Romania, but not too often. So that was the more concerning part of this one as well, I think. So I guess I'll just go Romania near Slovakia here, because that's what it reminds me of most. But yeah, I think it's correct. I think the language does fit. I guess this word here as well is a little concerning. Kind of looks more Czech or something. Slovak. But yeah, I guess so. I guess we're going to go with Romania here. Ends up being in Romania in the north, so that's very good. I'm happy with my logic so far. I feel like I'm improving in that way a lot. Red and white chevrons here. This must be Canada, because I don't think... Yeah, so we're in Quebec, so red and white chevrons. I wonder if that's Canada-wide. I think they're just exceptionally rare in Canada, from what I can remember, because I don't even remember seeing them like that. But yeah, with the French, it was pretty easy to be Quebec here, and a little further north. Probably could have told you that, but wasn't paying attention. So here we are leaving Unterfeld, and we should be in Austria with these big mountains as well. Long-sided zero here, so instead of being rounded, it's got straight lines on the zero, so that's also a Austrian thing to do. Unterfeld. Yeah, presumably, let's just guess Unter, shall we? I don't know, it's going to be somewhere down near there. Yep, we are good. Okay, next one. Interesting crossing sign here. Okay, he hasn't... So, Romania had the detached head. This guy does not. We do have 5 crossing signs here, okay. Short antenna. Okay, so we've got a lot of different accents here. Slovakia or Czechia, once again. So let's see if we can see any more of those, I feel like Czechia might have had a guy with a hat. I could be wrong, but maybe that would suggest Slovakia here. With this language, pretty much has to be one of the two, I would have thought, unless we see some big mountains that could mean it was somewhere in Slovenia, but feels decently like... Feels more like the other two, I think. Okay, so then architecture. Okay, we got more language here. This is good. So NI ending. So apparently more common in Slovakian. Oh no, that was more common in Czech, actually. The NY was meant to be more common in Slovakian. Still though, so maybe this is Czech. I thought, so maybe this is Czech. Maybe we have to trust the NI here. Not particularly useful, unfortunately. Not particularly useful, all of this. I do kind of like Czechia. It definitely feels like it could be. Yeah, so, yeah, maybe it will just be... It's going to be one of the two, and this is where a lot of streaks end, obviously. But I quite like Czechia. I think I'm going to go for it. Trust the NI over the NY, and let's see if this lets me down again. Okay, it didn't let me down again. That's fantastic. Because I was going to say it's my new Czech little skills have not been too useful so far. Anyway, this one's South Africa, I believe. With the Dutch influence here, it should be more likely than Botswana, even though it kind of looks Botswanan. Harte Sport is definitely 100%. With all these double letters, definitely 100% Dutch influenced. And so theoretically, we're probably just somewhere around here. So without that, I may have been tempted to go elsewhere. But yeah, also this agriculture definitely feels more South African. And it is good. So 22.3. And another great seed where we overcame a lot of adversity in Europe there. So very happy with that. Here we've got Russian dashes, I would say. Coffee. Coffee bar. Yes, this one feels definitely quite Russian to me. This is another one where I don't really feel like you do see too many places in Ukraine that look like this. Although, to be fair, you could get it near the Slovakian border, similar looking places. So let's take a look for any eyes. We don't see any I in the language. Don't trust a truck, never trust a truck. So yeah, just should be Russia somewhere. And the question is where then, I guess. So yeah, a little hilly. It is definitely an interesting climate. I wouldn't be blown away if it was Ukraine. But I still don't see any I letters of any kind here. So yeah. So if it was going to be Ukraine, it would be like right here. But as for Russia, there are plenty of places I feel like they'll look like this. Maybe somewhere out this direction here is probably most likely to me. Yeah, I think we go for Russia here. So as for the Google car, yeah, it's not a red car, so yeah, pretty confident now. And yeah, it was all the way out near Vladivostok, actually, so another tough one. 46 now. Okay, so white number plates. No strip on that one, interestingly. Double yellows on the outside here, so what does that suggest? The fact that we got white rear plates should be Ireland, right? But didn't feel too Irish to me. So brown glass, green glass, yeah, speaking English. Wow. Okay, so yeah, wow. This, for whatever reason, you guys can like tell me what you guys think in the comment while you're watching this. It didn't feel too Irish. Now, if I peer down into this backyard, definitely that hedgerow feels quite Irish, but yeah, wow, it was not really speaking to me. So I would say we could be somewhere all the way up here or something like that. Yeah, not too far away from the North Island border. Double yellows here. Aye, don't let us end it like this. I think USA though. Ooh, wooden pole. More Canadian. Definitely a more Canadian thing to do. I hate ending streaks on stupid American rounds. Okay, so double yellows, green street sign, wooden pole though. That's very concerning. If this was a metal pole, I feel like I'd go America immediately. Winter coverage. Maybe it's just Ontario. There's probably something I can get right here. Let's take a better look around. These look like American bollards, but it's just in someone's backyard, so surely not. More wooden things going on here. Oh man, if we could jump over to those speed signs, we could easily get it. Oh, what does it say? I think it says speed limit. I think this is 2 words here instead of just maximum. I think. I actually think so, man. Because that seems like a word, and that seems like a word. Maximum, like, speed limit, probably, and then the number here. Seems like it says 50 or 80 or 30. I guess like 50 would make sense. But it would just say maximum in Canada, surely. Okay, we'll check it out if we're wrong here. USA, let's go, baby. Another 50-50 beaten, guys, let's go. White car, all white road lines, so Chilean. Okay, where's the sun? Sun is more so to the north, so southern hemisphere, good. So not Mexico of any kind. This car is like the Chilean car, so the only possibility is going to be... The only other possibility here is like a weird Arge or a weird Peru. This pole doesn't seem to be strapped, so then it pretty much only can be a weird Arge. And with the white car, that's not really possible. So Chile it is here. And it's going to be somewhere up here, I guess, or, yeah, somewhere around here. Whee! Set 27 kilometers away, let's go. That's a satisfying guess right there. Okay, so as we load into the next round. Okay, here we are. Generation 4, here we have detached head guy again. Romanian flag, I mean, we saw the detached head is that a Romanian flag? We saw the detached head last time in Romania, so I kind of like that. Gen 4, yeah, so Romanian. There you go. Okay, so we'll remember that detached head now. Can we see any holy poles just to confirm? But I think with these 2 Romanian flags, it pretty much leaves everything else out of the question, right? Another one here. Yeah, so I do wonder where this is, but just somewhere in Romania. Oh, okay, so over there. Great. So we're on 50, so this one, yeah, my best so far is 50, so let's see if this one will be my best ever. And it will be, because it's just an easy Japan here, so we love to see that. Yellow plates plus the low cam. Okay, this one's another hard one. Interesting, like white soil. Definitely thinking US here, but could be Canada. Eesh. Kind of reminds me of like Michigan or something, which is kind of concerning, you know? We got like a bear sign here, so obviously kind of, or something you'd associate with Canada. This pole. The white sand is more American. I'm gonna say it. I'm just going for it. It is good. North Carolina there. This one is going to be somewhere in Singapore, so we are Gucci with that. 7.9 kilometers away, of course. Next one, yellow rears, so we're going to be somewhere in England here. Yeah, do we see white fronts? Yeah, we do see white fronts, so perfect. I'm not really sure where this one is. Gonna guess in like the Midlands, kind of like stuff around here. Okay, ends up being Scotland, near Oban. Next one, 100 speed limit, right-hand drive, and Chilean poles. Very Australian looking with these trees right here. Yep, and so we are definitely in Chile. Fantastic. Probably from further north, yeah. Okay, so 20k and 2 very clean Chilean guesses there. Oh no, that's the last game. We're on 55 now. That one went so fast I didn't even realize. But let's see what we can put our PB at on this one. So this is going to be somewhere in Brazil. We had the red number plate, so we don't even need to think about it. This one's Australian. First Australian one for the run, I believe. It's going to be somewhere in Queensland. I would say, I don't know, somewhere around there maybe. Yep, decently close. Next one. Okay, another tough European one for us here. We have detached head. Good to know. Maybe another Romania, man. This language, though. The word ends with K-I. Kirkila, something. Okay, another word here. Mercedes-Benz. not too helpful. What type of car is that? Is that a Dacia? Rastava 10. Interesting. Parking. Okay, so maybe it is Romania again, you know? You know the detached head. The detached head is very, it's become very clutch in this run so far, but maybe it'll also lead to my downfall. It's well possible. Okay, so let's just scan this town. Hungary also seems possible. We don't have any, it feels like we have no dashes on the crossing sign on the other one. But we have them on this one, so we can trust these. I mean, definitely feels like it could be Romania. Hungary or Romania for this one. This one for me, I think. Maybe feels more Romanian. Could be Serbia too. Antenna? No antenna. Okay, Serbia. Serbia immediately jumps to the front of my mind now. Just because of the lack of antenna. Also because everything's like a bit like these like houses that like kind of go right to the curb like this, like where they're joined to the footpath. I feel like that's kind of a Serbian thing. At least like somewhat. So then, I think Serbia here. This CKI ending might make more sense for Serbia. In fact, that kind of looks like Cyrillic. So yeah, I like Serbia here a lot actually. Let's go for it. Ends up being correct. Let's go. So it was really close to Romania. That's why it gave me such trouble, but we figured it out. This one is just going to be somewhere in Brazil with the black back of the sign. So let's guess relatively southern here near Sao Paulo. Ends up being near Paraguay. This one, we have short dashes. It's going to be Sweden, I'm almost certain. Max, 30 kilometers per hour. Looks like a Swedish word. Gen 4 dashes, short dashes, so can't ever be in Norway with this one. So yeah, let's go for that. We could get the 100 country streak. I'm not kidding. This is starting to heat up a little bit, boys. Let's see here. Okay, next one. We're back in Tunisia here with this one, so now it gets us easily to 61. Very clean. Okay. Next one feels New Zealand-like off the bat. Bridge 95. Yeah, that looks like a Maori word. Definitely could be Maori. Tallish hills, dirt road, white signpost. It all fits for New Zealand, although it is kind of a strange round. More kind of timber poles here. Bollard almost looks Australian, but sometimes you do get those ones in New Zealand, I do believe. And I mean, I can't think of anywhere in Australia where this would be. So let's check the sun before we guess. Sun is pretty much completely obscured. Ends up being a really nice guess, 36 kilometers away. Next one should be Austria with the Gen 4, German language, blacktop bollards, all very clean. 87 kilometers away. Okay, next one appears to be like I would say, Gen 4. Okay, so I was thinking Sweden then. Cafeteria. 4 on the crossing sign, so I think it's 4 for Sweden. I think that does ring a bell. So crossing signs really are useful for these country streaks. Think about how many times it's come up this game so far. Detached head in Serbia and Romania. So yes, this is Germanic language. Definitely, I can see some cognates here, so to speak. And then we'd be buying it in krona. Oh, we got a green number plate here. So this one is actually just going to be somewhere in Norway. yeah, 2 green number plates. Well, that seals the deal. Wow, I was really thinking this one was Sweden for some reason. I guess the architecture felt particularly Swedish to me, so maybe just southern here, something like this. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so that, I guess it makes sense in the end. And yeah, we're not in krona here because you can see it's like do they use euros there? I can't remember, but yeah, so 4 dashes in Norway then. Interesting. But yeah, with these green number plates, there's no shots not. Yeah, so there you go. Okay, so gotta remember that. 4 dashes for Norway. This one is going to be somewhere in, well, let's check the sun. Sun is to the north, so we're on the southern hemisphere, and these got black plates, so this one will be in Argentina here. Very clean indeed. We are booling, guys. 65. This is easily my best ever country streak now. Yeah, going nicely indeed. Okay, this one we got a big holy pole here. A little sticker at the bottom. Goes all the way to the bottom again, so Gen 4 this time though, so ooh, yellow number plate. That's not what I was expecting to see. Where the heck are we? So I think everything feels right for these wide ones. I don't think you get the wide ones in Poland ever, actually. So maybe it is just Hungary. So we got no antenna here. Or Hungary. Yeah, it could be Romania, to be fair. This yellow plate is supremely strange. Definitely very, very strange to me. Okay, so let's think about this logically then. This house in the background does not feel Hungarian or Romanian. We see a little hill, so that immediately makes maybe Romania more likely. Whitish dirt. I think it is Romania, you know. There's no harm in looking around a little further on this one though. This building is strange as well. I mean, the whole round is kind of strange for me. I would be very disappointed if this was Poland, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure these thick ones are only in Romania and Hungary. And yeah, with the hill on the back, surely. Ooh, look at this one. This one's kind of like a French style pole with the indents. Now, could this be France? I mean, I don't think you ever see these ones in France, do you? Maybe you do. Maybe this is France. Maybe this is why the whole round looks strange to me. And that's why we'd have a yellow plate. I mean, it feels more French than any of the other countries I've mentioned so far. That's a Italian car, German car, I think. I don't want to make a bad guess here. This house looks more French than anything, like, that I've mentioned, but I guess... So what made me think France again? It was this pole over here, that's right. It's a very, this is a very baity France if it's France. Like, when do you ever see this many holy poles? I think we have to go for Romania. It's just the yellow plate that's really it's kind of warping my whole perception of this round. So if we are in Romania, where can the yellow plates have driven from? Have to be all the way from Netherlands, really. Or France. Which is why France is almost tempting here. This house here is the real, thing that's throwing me. This pole in this house. And the yellow plate. It's a tough round. It's definitely a streak-ending round, I could say that much. Okay, I'm going to go for Romania. I think that's most likely. We'll see. Ends up being just Hungary, near Budapest there. So there we go. Loser on 65 today, guys. But we are making progress. There's not much more to be said than that. We are making progress. This was one of my first takes, only probably just a few minutes after the first one there. And yeah, right near Budapest. So the yellow plate, I mean, we could have used that balance of probabilities to say yellow plate if it came from Netherlands. More likely to be near a big city like Budapest. The hills in the background, little unlucky, you must say. Little unlucky with the hills in the background because, it's much less common in Hungary. Hungary's a pretty flat country. But guys, thank you very much for watching. We ended off 65. Great effort. And I'll see you guys in a video very soon. We're going to get 100, I promise you. But until then, goodbye. Have a good one. Catch ya.